All right, hey everybody, how you doing? So we're gonna do a little walk and talk here today, and so today is Friday. So usually, well, not usually, but my new goal for Fridays is to talk about entertainment, and but I have a movie review ready for you guys. So don't fret. I'll throw the movie review in at the end of this video. So don't click off quite yet. Anyway, so today is Friday. It's the 23rd of May, 2025, and it's the last school day of the year. So my school year has come to an end. And so you wouldn't think that substitutes are needed on the last day of school years, but yes, we on every school day of the year. I work on the very first school day. I work on the very last school day. So you wouldn't think, but it's true. Teachers take time off all the time for a million reasons. So those are the facts. All right, so I don't know, it's interesting every time I end a school year, because I've been doing this for 4 years now, going on 5 years. It's interesting to reflect on the year, reflect on things that I've noticed, things that have changed. You know, how school is in 2025 versus when school was when I graduated in 1990. So I went through and was comparing, yearbooks from the yearbooks I get from the school I'm at now versus the yearbooks that I have from 1990, 1989, 1988, 87, and so on. So interesting to notice the differences, and I think I mentioned it before in previous videos, where there is a major difference in how they do yearbooks today versus back then. And the main difference is yearbooks today are completely sterilized, that there's really nothing in the yearbook that isn't school sanctioned or some kind of a club that's school sanctioned. That there's no more depictions really of student life, students' hangouts, what students do outside of school. And looking through my old yearbooks from 1990, about 50% of the yearbook was based around student life and what students do. There was images of students at their job, working the cashier checkout stand or whatever. There's images of students hanging out at the mall and shopping. There's images of students shopping for jewelry, rings, whatever. There's also images of the cars in the student parking lot in my 1990s yearbooks, so you can get an idea of what kind of cars we drove when I went to school. Which, when you're in it in 1990 and 1989 and so on, you wouldn't think that that's an important thing. But in reality, it's, looking back retrospectively, it's actually super valuable to be able to see what students drove, how they got around, what model of cars they had, things of that nature. So you wouldn't think it, but yeah, it's these books, like I said before, are time capsules. And I think that students these days just don't value things like that anymore. And it's kind of a sad thing. So they live their life so instantaneously, with instant gratification, add and delete files at a whim. They really don't have a sense of nostalgia, from what I've noticed. I'm sure some of them do, but the majority that I've seen really don't have a sense of nostalgia or of record keeping. They think that everything is just going to be forever stored somewhere, easily accessible, and it's really not the case. So to have a physical paper book in your hand is, kind of a foreign concept to most of these students. And my opinion, I think the yearbook is one of the most valuable things you can get each year from your school experience. So super important to keep that tradition alive, because it is history. It's going to be remembered, as long as the paper survives. And so that's why I think they're so important. But just looking back through the 2 sets of yearbooks that I have, it's a stark change. It's a stark reminder of how much the world has changed in the 35 years since I've graduated. And I'm not impressed with the progress that's made as far as that goes. Technologically speaking, we're living on a different planet entirely. But it's kind of a sad commentary that kids really don't value anything like that anymore, and because very few students even buy the yearbooks anymore, so they don't value holding that paper in their hand and going through the memories and making that connection with history. So it's, maybe I'm just weird. I know that I am definitely weird, but that's one of the things that I've noticed about it. So anyway, moving on. The movie that I saw, and you guys may or may not have seen it, may or may not have heard about it, but the movie is called The Accountant. It stars Ben Affleck. It's from 2016, and I had no idea about this movie. I was just scrolling through, I think it was on Amazon Prime that I saw it. Just scrolling through Amazon Prime and saw this movie. It looked semi-interesting. I had nothing else to do, so I clicked on it, watched this movie, The Accountant, and I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. That the premise of it is Ben Affleck plays an autistic child who grows into being a productive autistic adult in his adult years. His parents are frustrated. They don't know how to approach and or handle the autistic nature of his personality. So he's, the parents are frustrated, so they ended up leaving him with some kind of an instructor guru guy to train and instruct him through his childhood years. And so that's, then they flash forward to his present day life, where he's an accountant, and he has this mom and pop tax service that he runs and saves these mom and pop couples thousands of dollars in their taxes, because they have this tiny home-based business. And so there's that scene where it saves them all this money, but in reality he's an accountant per se for the nefarious people in life, for the cartels, for the mobsters that he helps clean up their money, clean up their accounts, make them look as legitimate as possible. And so that's his real money-making job, is cleaning up those types of accounts. And also, as an additional side gig, this guru guy not only taught him to focus his abilities into numbers and accounting, things of that nature, but he also trained him to be, basically a military style killer. And so he's got some serious combat skills, some serious killing skills with him. So he kind of combines the two, accounting and accounting and killing at the same time. And really a fascinating movie. And it in my opinion, it was really kind of a really good public service announcement for people with autism and things of that nature, that you know, the types of useful things are possible when their energies are focused in the correct direction. So it was kind of a really cool PSA for that type of a situation. And anyway, definitely I would give that movie 5 stars. Absolutely love that movie, and pleasantly surprised by it. So go check it out on a streaming service near you. Anyway, if you dig this style of video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.